What's up?
This is a Patreon exclusive.
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
That's what you do. I say something and then you repeat me sometimes.
So what? Go ahead.
Can we go?
Go.
So yeah, we posted on Patreon, and I think, what was the post?
I think we just asked if our Patreons had any specific questions for us.
Oh yeah.
Or if they wanted to get to know us.
Yes.
And then we did receive some questions.
Yep. From Chris F.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just want to say thanks for posting these questions, and then if you are a Patreon, there's only a couple of them. So if you want to know more, ask away, and then we will, depending on what the question is, we may or may not answer it.
Ooh.
So don't be asking those kind of questions. But I don't know. I'm pretty open. I'm an open book for the most part. But yeah, let's get going. The first question is how'd you two meet up and get teamed up? So basically,
how do you two meet
and
get teamed up?
Oh, my bad. I can't read.
Got the new glasses. They're not working.
Yeah, we're good. So yeah, so we met. We lived together. That's how we. And then how we get teamed up is we just decided one day we were inspired by, Jacob the Carpetbagger and Adam the Woo. Right?
I'm assuming how'd you two meet is like.
Well, I'm not gonna go into that. I'm just saying we basically we met and get teamed up. We're a couple. That's
and we've been together for
like
a really long time.
Yeah, like 6 years. So yeah, that's not a really long time, but yeah. And then we decided one day we wanted to do vlogs.
Well, it's because we travel a lot. So like before we started doing vlogs, like we've traveled to probably a majority of every state.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow. Why?
We've been to 48 out of the 50 states. So we haven't been to Hawaii and we haven't been to Alaska.
Yeah, and we have seen a lot of cool stuff, some weird like roadside attractions, things like that. And we were like, wow, why aren't we filming this?
We have a lot of photos of stuff from those previous like road trips, but really she started watching Adam the Woo one day. I don't know how you found him. And then she started watching Jacob the Carpetbagger, and she probably found him from Adam the Woo, right?
Yeah, I found Adam the Woo because I was on YouTube and I'm very interested in like abandoned places, and I think I there's either two videos that got me interested. I think I was reading an article about the Hey Dude Ranch. So either that or I was like a big Nickelodeon fan, and one of my like goals in life was to go to Nickelodeon, but it definitely closed way before I was able to get to Universal Studios. And when we got there, I even forgot it was there.
Yeah.
So I didn't even get a picture in front of the building for old time's sake. So it was either the Nickelodeon video or the Hey Dude Ranch video that got me into Adam the Woo, and then I think that piggybacked to Carpetbagger.
But basically, we travel, and then they travel, and we were like, hey, what? It's probably easy enough. We're already taking photos. It's easy enough to shoot some video. I work in marketing and graphic design and photography. I can edit stuff together. It's simple. I use the Mac. So I love MacBooks. Love Apple products. I know some people don't, but I just like them.
I'm an Apple person.
But yeah, so we just decided, hey, we'll try this. And from the start of it until now, it's been about a year. I think we're going in the right direction. I think the videos are better now than they were when we started.
I think that with anything, you're growing.
Because like I watched some of those first videos and I'm just like this. Like I'm not saying anything, and it's Shannon's talking, and now it's like reversed, or I'm like blah, 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 and she's like just can't get a word in. Edgewise. Can't get in.
Yeah, I think so. But like, still, I think like you still have issues when we're places, and I don't mind talking.
Yeah.
But
I get shy when we're like at a store or when we're someplace where there's a lot of people and we're like holding the stupid camera up and people are like, what are these idiots doing? So I still get kind of shy. So I like to go and find a cool spot where we're kind of alone. I'm getting over that slowly and surely. I think you are too a little bit.
I think with the spam That was
Oh,
that was
yeah.
us like just messing around. I could care less who was
Yeah.
around us. But
All right, let's go to the
yeah.
next question. I want this to be a million years long. What was the inspiration for the channel, content, and style? I think we just went over
Yeah,
that.
I think we went over that. Definitely, just like we traveled a lot, seeing other people do travel vlogs, and we were like, "Wow, I think we could do this too."
My end game though is not just to copy those guys, Adam the Woo and Jacob the Bagger, Jacob the Carpetbagger, Jacob the Bagger. What's up, Jacob the Bagger? It's not to copy those guys, but it's to maybe create our own like style. And I think we kind of do that because we do things a little differently. I think we're more informative. Like we do like the intro and we do like the meat of the place we're at, and we do like an outro and we talk about why we like it and things. And sometimes they don't cover that, and we try to talk about like parking, and like how much things cost and like if it was easy to get into or
Yeah, I think it's the overall experience.
we just talk about like if you should go. Or, we pretty much say you should go anywhere, but like there's some places that if it's absolute horrible experience, we're gonna tell you that. That's pretty much.
Have we?
I can't remember if we have or
I don't know
not.
if we have.
But like if we don't say it in the video, we say it in the description of the video on YouTube. We go in and we write this whole write up
And usually I'm not even meaning that. Like, if we do the worth a visit, I'm usually like, well, if you're interested in this,
yeah,
I guess
mean,
go.
if you like old time Civil War stuff, you might want to go. It's like that's not for everybody. That's what we like to say.
I think there was a video where we're like,
this place sucks.
it's not worth it. I just can't remember.
I can't remember.
I know we have said it.
All right, next question. Who's the bigger TWD fan between you two?
Okay, The Walking Dead.
And TWD is The Walking Dead. I would say I'm the bigger Walking Dead fan. I have all the figures. I collect all the McFarlane toys.
Did you like start watching Walking Dead when it first came out though?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I didn't watch when it came out. That first season was only 6 episodes. It came out and I heard about it when it was getting rave reviews. Oh my god, zombie show on a regular channel, this and that. And then I watched that.
I actually watched it while it was on television.
Well, I didn't have cable or something at the time, and I just
hipster. I watched it before.
Oh yeah, okay.
But like I would definitely say.
Do you like your what's it called? What are those little rat tails called? Those dudes have been doing
the buns.
The man buns, dude.
Well, no, it'd just be a bun for a girl.
Girl
but I'll probably say that Matt's definitely the bigger Walking Dead. He's still pretty dedicated to watching the show.
If she doesn't like,
I fell off the show this
did.
season because it's just really boring. So
I like it. I like watching it, but whatever. Yeah. Next question: who's the biggest wrestling fan between the two of you?
That's definitely me.
Yeah, definitely her. I would say I'm more of a casual watcher, but then I have her tell me, and she draws me into it. And it's interesting to me. I wouldn't watch every week if it wasn't for her. I wouldn't watch every pay-per-view if it wasn't for her.
So
but
like at the point
I'm not knocking
don't...
that though. I like watching wrestling.
Yeah, like at the point now, like if you were to talk about like WWE or something like that, I don't watch that religiously. Like I don't watch every Monday, Tuesday. But
we do watch every pay-per-view.
We do watch every pay-per-view, but in this whole scope of wrestling, I would probably say that I have like a vaster knowledge, and I do keep up. So, like I'll be like, oh my god, did you hear this? And it's some weird like obscure fact, and he's like, oh my god, I gotta check it out.
She's pretty much, you've watched wrestling probably your whole life, right?
Yeah, I remember watching wrestling like really young with my grandpa, and that was WCW.
I watched wrestling, in the Attitude Era. It was like probably like 1997 through like probably 2000 when I was in high school. That's when I really loved wrestling, and that's the best time to watch.
Attitude Era was great.
It's like a really great time to watch wrestling. But then I grew out of it. And then I met her like six or 6.5 years ago.
I think one of our first like true dates.
Yeah,
was like wrestling.
It was.
I was like, I have these tickets.
No,
you want to go?
What was it? It was.
It was Money in the Bank.
No, it wasn't Money in the Bank. It was the hardcore one. What's that one called?
No Mercy.
No, it was a. What the hell was it called? Like I got the ticket.
Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
Extreme Rules like. 2013 or something.
Who knows?
I don't know, whatever. Yeah, definitely Shannon is. All right. It looks like this is the last question. If each of you could only pick one wrestler from the history of modern wrestling, creation of the WWF, who would it be and why? All right, so basically, my take in this question is pick any one wrestler in the whole span of wrestling. I have mine.
Oh, jeez.
You want me to say mine first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stone Cold, for sure. He's the epitome, you know, I don't know, he's like your working man going against the boss, like, wrestle, you know, I love that. And if I could pick two, my second would be Macho Man, just because he's so iconic. Everybody knows who Macho Man is. Oh yeah, step into a Slim Jim, ooh, you know.
Well, okay, so if you think about like the whole scope of wrestling, this says creation of WWF, but like if you think of Stone Cold, like honestly, his story is so, to me, important to like the scope of being a wrestler, because you know he started out and then he went to WCW and they just did not know what they had.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, he got injured. He went to ECW for those, like,
he didn't even wrestle.
He was injured. And he did those really awesome promos, which got him pretty much noticed by WWF.
Steve Austin, his heyday was from, like, 98, 99 to, like, 2001. And then he got hurt after that, right? And then he had the double knee brace, and he wrestled, but it wasn't like that. You know, I mean,
I think once a wrestler has a knee brace,
he's always had a knee brace, I think.
No, he hasn't. When he was in WCW, he didn't have a knee brace, and he had hair. So
barely.
No, he had hair. It was long.
He was thinning.
He had long hair. For me, that would be super duper tough.
Come on, whatever popped in your head, you gotta say, dude. If 5 wrestlers popped in your head, you can save all 5. But you can't pick one. I mean, come on. Come on. You can't. It's easy, dude.
It's not easy. I could think of like some really, really good wrestlers. Like if you're talking about like really awesome, like if you're talking about like Dean Malenko or like Chris Benoit or something.
Wait. So the 14 minutes, dude.
Okay. Well, this is for Patreon only.
I
know. But yeah, if you're talking about wrestlers, like you can think about like Dean Malenko or Chris Benoit. Like even though that's like taboo to like talk about him, but those were like really great wrestlers. But honestly, like what comes to my mind is like for me, wrestlers come and go, and I'm more of like a commentator type person, where it's like the voice that carries you through wrestling, and I would probably side more towards like voices rather than wrestlers. Like everyone's so hard up about Andre the Giant or something.
I hate Andre. He sucks.
And I'm not a big fan of him. But if you think about like the voice of wrestling, like come on, like you're thinking about like Bobby the Brain Heenan. He's like awesome. Or Tony Schiavone. He's one of my favorite. And then if you think about both WCW, WWF, if you're thinking about like Jim Ross. I don't know, I'm more of like that because those people stay in it.
You also have voices of wrestlers too. I mean, Macho Man wrestled for a long time. You know?
Yeah, and he pretty much stayed.
And he was good on the mic. He was good at promos. Same thing with Steve Austin. Like he was good on the mic, good at promos. I mean, those kind of guys made an impact that changed wrestling. They were doing stuff that it changed wrestling. You know, the way they did things. You know, that's why I picked those.
So if we're thinking modern wrestling, I'll pick HBK.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
He changed wrestling for sure.
Pretty much. He was a very like short stature person. Like if you think about Daniel Bryan now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that he made it all right for the little guys. You know.
He had the first ladder match.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about that to like make differences, I guess.
HBK is a Heartbreak Kid. If you guys don't know, Shawn Michaels. This if you don't know. But yeah, so that's this first question and answer video. There will be more, but it really just depends on when the questions come in. So ask the questions, and we will try to do these as often as we can. And the questions don't even have to be this, you know.
These are awesome questions.
These are awesome questions.
Like, we're not going to answer
Well, I'm just
questions
saying
that,
it.
like, your bank asks.
Yeah, hey, what's your maiden name?
What's your mother's maiden name?
What's your first pet's name? Oh.
What was your first car?
Yeah, what's the first car?
What was your first
It was the
job?
thing about me. I don't answer those questions, man. I answer those questions fucked up. So
I answer them wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have my bank answer.
I'll be like, what was your first animal? Porcupine.
You know, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, don't feel shy to ask questions. If you can't think of questions like this in depth, just ask whatever, you know, like, hey, what's your favorite TV show? Or, I don't know. I mean, you guys probably know
What's your favorite
What's your favorite color? Hey.
You could just watch our travel vlog for that.
Yeah, if you didn't watch a travel vlog, watch a travel vlog. We kind of do some question and answer back and forth. And I think we're going to make that kind of a habit when we do those travel vlogs, is to ask some goofy questions and stuff. And you know, that really makes that time in the car go by in a good way, because there's a lot of boring time in road trips because it's not always fun and stopping. So we kind of try to have.
Yeah, the last travel vlog, there wasn't a lot of stopping because we had such time constraints. So the questions were kind of a necessity. But with our last travel vlog that we did to Southern Illinois, it was much easier to do stop and go because we had a bunch of things planned.
Oh yeah,
and much more time.
Much more time. In that trip, we're going less miles, and we have more time. In this last trip, we had more miles and less time. And then part of that trip was at night, which is super boring to film. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to cut this one. So, see you next time.
Well, bye.